Hey, and welcome to Favorite Oracle Cards of 2020. I feel like a couple of these have been featured maybe over the last 2 years. I never go back and look because I feel like I can't do something that I'm grooving on because I did it last year. So, the Unfinished Tarot, we're going to start with that one. This is an independent deck. I know they did a small run in the last couple years of them. I'm not sure how many they did, if they have any left or not. They call it the Unfinished Tarot. It's really more of an oracle deck. Money. It's quirky. It's fun. You got the Cheshire Cat. It's all black line drawings on red card. The censorship bar. It's fun. It's meaningful. It really provides, this is one of my favorites, the Italian Stallion. Says forget about it, boss man. It's just a fun deck. So if you find a copy of it, I definitely do suggest picking it up. And like when this one shows up, a lot of times it's like you need to use your bravado and be a little bit more like, hey, I'm the Italian Stallion. It's absolutely fun deck. Got a video camera. The Strange Adventure. And it has little pop culture. Let's see if I can find one. References. The flask, drink me. Now everyone's hiding. Yes. The smartphone in the toilet. When you're like, oh my god. So, let's see. Oh, okay, here's a pop culture one. So if you've ever seen The Labyrinth, yeah, David Bowie's crotch, The Package, The Lazy Morning, one of my favorites. Fun deck, cute deck, just simple black line drawings on the red card. It's really insightful and really meaningful. My favorite way to use this is as a daily poll or as a guide card for someone. Or in the card reveals that happen every Friday. It's just a fun deck. And really, I do suggest it. Get in there. Get in there. If you can find it. I'm not sure how long. I received it as part of something I did for one of the people. And I love it. It remains a favorite. So the Fallen Angels, which sadly I learned, to the best of my knowledge, is still out of print. If you find this one, definitely pick it up. It remains a favorite. I love this deck. I like how it looks. I like how it works with me. I like how it works with how I work, and it works with all my other people. It just is like, I love this deck. It's one of the few that usually I'm pretty like, whatever. And it might be because I already owned the deck, that when I found out it was no longer in print, I was really sad and super happy I already had it. It's all like a digital collage kind of deck. It's one that I'm currently using as part of my weekly energy. So Fallen Angels. And we have Oracle of Visions. And I've had this deck for quite a while and hadn't really used it in a long time. And this year it popped back into my practice. It's color saturated, very gem colored. Tends to be fairly upbeat for the most part. I really like Chero Machetti's visuals, so harlequins, ballerinas, things like that are often frequently appear in his work. I have like cards on the floor. Not to step on them. This deck does not have any names. It does have numbers. I kind of do like a name almost, really, when I'm working with, especially for clients. I find having a name on a card is slightly helpful. Faces, mirrors, clocks, masks, all tend to be themes. Gymnastics, harlequins, kind of dancey things. Inclusion of his own work within cards. This has, I think, like from the Gilded Tarot, in the pictures in the background. Little steampunky at times. Fun deck. Would definitely recommend this. Of course, it's favorites, so all of them are recommended, even though I keep telling you this. And one of the things that draws me to his deck, here's the back, is the saturated jewel-like color tones. They're just really pretty and engaging. And I like them. So I have several of his decks. And they all tend to get used fairly frequently. I have this, and then Tarot of Dreams and Legacy of the Divine Tarot. But that one was one of those that kind of fell, it was on the bottom of the pile probably, and all of a sudden I pulled it out and I'm like, ooh, why haven't I been using this? So this is the Janice Oracle. Here's the back. Very soft colors, often a little creepy. It's like creepy pretty a lot of times. A lot of pastel stuff in weird candy situations. Times. Humpty Dumpty. Little girl's eating the gingerbread. So sometimes it's almost so sweet and almost saccharine. And then you get like little creepiness going on, a little horror in this saccharine-ness of this deck. And saccharine's not quite the word, but it has a sweetness that's, and then you get a little creepy. She has a tarot deck out too that I keep looking at, but I've never picked it up. There's so much out there. I already have loads of decks, so I'm trying to be very conscious about what I buy and how much I buy. Because, so although I like to buy decks, all of them need to be decks I am willing to work with and work with clients. I like to buy decks that I'm going to use. So this last one is the Wisdom of the Oracle. This is a Colette Baron Reed deck. She always puts out a really nice deck. Here's the back. And it's very much like you would expect a deck of hers to be. All of it glitters. The fun deck, easy to use, lots of visual cues to pick up on within the cards when you start really delving into them. Sometimes they'll look almost simplistic until you start going deeper and looking at what's there within them. This one uses bunting a lot of times across things. Just like when you do the higher power, it's like it's like not that much until you start looking more deeply into the card. And then like little owls. And then you're like, ooh, wait, you got this owl, you got a theater, almost like a little cage thing, golden mask, flower petals. And things that tend to do that kind of stuff intrigue me and keep me captivated with them over and bring me back to them. So just to recap, which are my favorite. The Unfinished Tarot, that's upside down. Everything's upside down today. An indie deck. Fallen Angels, sadly out of print. Wonderful deck. If you find it somewhere, do pick it up. Unless it's like a bajillion dollar, then probably don't pick it up. And I don't remember who was next. Oracle of Visions. Color saturated, whimsical, fun. Into Your Home. Jacoli Oracle. Soft, sweet, a little creepy. There's a Wild Fish Girl. Came up all the time. There's another little kind of weird tentacle lady. I'm losing things today. And finally, the Wisdom of the Oracle. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can count. I can do it. You can do it. Wisdom of the Oracle. There's pretty colors, engaging, and kind of multifaceted when you start looking into the pictures. Very engaging. All right, so that is this year's favorite Oracle cards in my kitchen box. So everyone go out there and have a wonderful, wonderful day, and go out there and be the love of the world.